Let's shift to cosine. The connections are very similar. Let's watch another video.
In today's video, we'll talk about a cosine wave. Kinda looks like an ice cream cone, but notice it has the word sine in it. So the prefix co somehow changed the shape of a sine wave shown in red to a cosine wave shown in blue. Well, let's find out why it's shaped this way and what the co in cosine means. Stay tuned. Let's consider giant wheels again. If it rotates counterclockwise, you can take a ride on it. Let's suppose it takes 20 minutes to complete one rotation. What if instead of looking at the giant wheel from the front, we look at it from the ground, looking straight up? So looking at it from this angle, right here. If we track the blue square, in 5 minutes, you'll reach the middle of the giant wheel. In 10, you're halfway around, now at the bottom. In 15, you're back up in the middle. And 20, back to your start or original position on the top. On a position versus time graph, with the minutes marked, from the start position, in 5 minutes, you'll reach the middle of the giant wheel. In 10, you'll reach the bottom of the wheel.
In terms of the unit circle, the way that this guy is turned, he's seeing his top, like as he's looking up, and back behind him is like the right hand side of the wheel. So as you're moving farthest right to farthest left, but think about his perspective still.
In 15, you're in the middle of the giant wheel again. Finally, in 20, you're back again at the start position or the top. So here we go. This blue curve is a cosine wave. Again, notice the movement of the blue square is just up and down vertically. When plotting this vertical movement on a time axis, which is horizontal, that's where the cosine wave gets its shape. So just like my sine wave explanation video, where sine waves oscillate back and forth from the equilibrium to a max amount in either direction, which is called its amplitude, a cosine wave does the same, oscillates back and forth from the equilibrium position, same as a sine, but just starts off at a different position. Lastly, let's talk about what the word co means in cosine.
Okay, we don't need to worry about that part right now. So at this point, what we're really looking at is as the unit circle is rotated, how far left or right is the point moving. So instead of the height of the point, we are considering the horizontal distance to the point. So if I do another graph over here, there's our little triangle. The cosine of this 2 pi over 3 right here is, well, it was very poorly drawn, but it's 0.5, right? So I start out on the circle all the way over here, my farthest to the right. I am 1 unit to the right. So again, let's go ahead and call this a 1. But I start my farthest right. At pi over 2, I come back to 0. I'm at the center of the wheel. At pi, I am my farthest left. I am all the way to -1. And then back and forth. And just like before, the wave keeps going in both directions. And we can do this forever. We get the same values in between, the same 0.5s and 0.87s and 0.71s, resulting in a very similar wave that's just shifted ever so slightly. Let's look at the two side by side. I'm going to give you one more chance to see me create this graph from scratch. I'm going to go 0, 0, my maximum height, pi over 2, down to pi, so on and so forth. I'm going to continue one extra quadrant to the left just to make sure that I'm kind of completing my graph. Then I'm going to go for my 0.5s. My 0.5s are at pi over 6, and then I'm just going to use my reflections. I'm not even thinking about what angle I'm at right now. I'm just using the reflections and the patterns and the angle. Then I'm going to go for my 0.87. That's my pi over 3. Let's see, this is 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8. So I'm like right about there. And again, with my reflections. I'm not even thinking about where I'm at with the angle. I'm just plugging this in. I've run out of space on that way. And then lastly, my pi over 4, 0.7. And again, with my reflections. Okay, at this point, I'm ready to go ahead and fill in my graph. Got all of my points there to help me do it really nice and smooth. And there we go. Make sure I get arrows on both ends because they do keep going. For cosine, I start out the farthest to the right. Come back to 0. At pi, I am my farthest left. And continue the pattern. Again, I want to go 1 quadrant to the left on this graph as well, into that negative quadrant. Same thing. I'm going to go for my 0.5s. So in this case, that 0.5 is going to be at pi over 3. Drawn poorly, unfortunately, but here we go. Pi over 3. That's where my 0.5 is right there. So I'm going to go for my pi over 3s, but then again, use my reflections. Now I'm going to go for my 0.87s, which are very close to the minimums and maximums. And then I'm going to fill in with my 0.7s. Just helps me kind of get that roundness. That's not really, let's see, is it 2 graphs over? Yeah, there we go. Okay. And again, I can go ahead and connect nice and smooth because I have all my points there. All right, there's my sine wave and my cosine wave side by side, where you can see the main key difference is that sine is starting at 0 and going up. Cosine is starting at 1 and going down. The other lesson that you guys will be doing in this unit is really focusing on what is considered the amplitude. This is going to be important for moving forward. The amplitude of the function, the maximum value of the function, the minimum value of the function. This is the midline of the function, and the amplitude is the difference between the midline and the maximum or minimum. We also have what we call the period of the function. The period is how long it takes to go through one full cycle. The period can start in different places, but we don't always have to start at 0. We could consider the period of this function from here, and that would go out to here until it gets back down to 0 as well. We don't always have to start at x equals 0. Okay. Lastly, oops, I was copied twice. Lastly, let's see them together. These are my graphs together on the same axes. You can see again how sine is starting at 1, or sorry, cosine is starting at 1 and sine is starting at 0, and how they are actually the exact same graphs, just shifted a little bit, like you nudged the cosine a little bit to the left or significantly to the right. Okay, guys, thanks.